What's up guys, welcome back to another sound design tutorial with me, La. So today we're going to be making this Massano style pluck lead. So it's a short FM style lead. Let's have a little listen to it on its own. And I'll just show you in some context. Alright, really nice aggressive sound. Works very well for this genre. So let's have a look into the sound design then. So if you just want to grab the preset, it's from the Melodic Techno Academy, and it's the preset called Overtones. So here is the Academy. A bunch of presets in here, perfect for this Afterlife style Melodic Techno. And this is one of the sounds, which is actually a bass sound, but I've just played it higher up in an octave, so it acts like a lead. Cool, so this is the MIDI, very simple as you can see, and a lot of the time with these sounds the melody is actually very simple. It's just rotating between 3 notes, so we've got the F, then going up to the 5th in the scale, which is the C, then back down to the F but playing more notes, and then the C again, playing more notes, and then the last notes here are the D flat or C sharp, and it's playing that here. In the original, there are moments where the sound will do these kind of 32 notes. So say if we did something like here, you need to do it at the right time, maybe like here. And we could try it like this. Right, so it's just putting this grid onto 32 notes, and then you can just make the notes shorter, and you get that kind of pattern. We'll leave it on there for now, it's nice. Alright, so let's go into the sound design. From the initial patch, what we want to do is we want to change this first one to this CJW, so basic CJW, then put the wavetable position all the way over. You can also then put the phase all the way down here, so it will start this sound from this part in the waveform. Everything else you can leave as it is, but we can put the volume up here and then leave the octave where it is. We'll put the filter on this just before we play it. So pretty standard sound, there's nothing too crazy going on, especially when we're not really opening it up so you can't really hear it. But that's what that sounds like, and then we're going to add the other oscillator, and this is where a lot of the sound comes from. So for this one, we're going to a acid one, which is this one here, which just gives that kind of resonant-y sound, or the acid sound. This is going to have 5 voices of unison, bring the detune down, and bring the blend down, and then also bring the random phase down. So it won't randomly start at different points in the waveform, it'll be consistent. You can have it with it here, and it will sound different and interesting, but it might phase. So we'll have that there, we'll leave the wavetable position where it is, and then we're going to FM from the first oscillator. So we're frequency modulating from this waveform. So this waveform is modulating this waveform here. Right now, it's not doing much. I want to filter it as well. But we're going to bring this all the way over. And we're going to go to 90. And you can hear it quite drastically changes the sound, especially if we just listen to it on its own. I will take the filter off. Ah, sorry. You have to have this on for it to do something. If I take the volume down. So, very drastic FM is. It can be a really great way to add some harmonics without making the sound too detuned. Just trying to get that exactly on 90. And it does need to be pretty precise, otherwise it will sound pretty different, even just a little bit off. So now we have that waveform all in place and sounding right, sounding gnarly. And now we're going to change this waveform, this filter, sorry, to a German low-pass filter. It's just a different type of filter. We're going to add a little bit of drive onto here. We're also going to make it key track, so it will open up the keyboard, open up the filter depending on how high we are on the keyboard or how low we are. Take off the resonance. And then before we listen to it, let's just change this envelope here. We want that really short, plucky envelope. So we're going to make this really small and then a little bit of release. That's right. And now we need the sound to open up. So we're going to use a second envelope for that. I'm going to do pretty much the same thing, but we're going to make it a little bit longer with the release. Or quite a lot longer, to be fair. Go to like 2 seconds here. And then we'll add this on here. And there you go, we're kind of getting that sound, right? So the next thing we want to do is add a sub oscillator. This is just going to add a higher tone. So we're going to put this up to 1 octave. Bring the volume down. Also need to put it into mono. Now it's moving around. Okay, cool. And now the next thing we need to do is add a little bit of effects onto here. And this is going to beef up the sound a little bit. So we're going to put some chorus. Bring this down a bit. Bring the filter down so it's affecting a lower part of the sound. Want some delay. With the delay, we want this timing to be, we have 1 bar on this side, and then I believe this was on quarter notes. Put it on ping pong. Bring the mix down a little bit more. Bring the feedback down a bit more. Next thing we want is the reverb. For the reverb, we'll put the decay up a little bit more and the size a bit more. Bring the low cut up, so we're filtering this EQ, this reverb. So we don't want too much of the really lows in there. Take the spin down. Yeah, we're getting there. And then the next thing is a little bit of distortion. So we're going to put this after everything. Take down the mix. And then we bring the tube up a little bit. So the drive up a little bit. Put that on post, so it'll be after the effects. And we just around this region. One of the last things we want to add is some noise. And we want to put it onto 1 shot. So bright white, 1 shot. And then we want to use this short filter to add that kind of really short aggressive cut. And you could filter it as well. So you only really hear it when you... Yeah, sounding right. I just want to bring this random phase down. And we need to bring the volume up on here. Let's bring this square wave down a little bit more. So we need this sound for the body, right? We need that kind of bassy body in there. And then we got this for the kind of weird harmonic top part of the sound or mid part of the sound. Have a bit more drive. And then we can add some LFOs here, so we can open this filter up with an LFO. And we want it quite slow here. And if you want to get more creative, you can start putting LFOs on like the wavetable position. So say you do like this. You could do this where it's moving this waveform. You could do it really quickly. So you get those kind of overtones. Make it more subtle. So all I've done there is put the LFO on here, put it really fast. So the LFO is going super, super, super fast. And it's moving it a little bit and just creating this like additional tone. Alright, cool. So that's the majority of the sound, and then we'll go into the processing. So a bit of EQ, we don't really need the real lows here. You can also filter it a little bit here. And we just, yeah, one thing I missed is just to filter the square wave. I was wondering why that buzzing was coming through. There we go. So make sure that this is on, so all of these are being filtered. Alright, so then let's go back to here. I added a little bit more overdrive. I just wanted a little bit more grit and dirt. This utility was just to counter the added volume. So as we add more overdrive, it's going to add volume to the sound. And I was just taking it down a bit. and then sidechain to the kick, and then let's listen to it in Kontakt. Bit of fine tuning till you get it to where you want it to be. And there we go. So obviously from there you can then take the sound wherever you want. You can start changing the waveforms if you like. You can make it a little bit bigger, a little bit broader like this. You know, the possibilities are endless, but the point is that you get to that point, the original sound first. So you get to that really nice aggressive sound. You realize how it's got there, how you got those tones working with the FM here. It's good to figure that out first before you start messing around with the presets. That about covers it for this sound. As I said before, if you want to grab it, just check the link down below and you can go straight to the Academy and you can grab all the presets. The next thing I'll cover will be the bass, so make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on that video as well. Alright, see you later guys.